Today we will talk about styling in React.js using CSS. So the first method we are going to apply is the inline styling. After creating our functional component named styles.js, we are going to insert an h1 tag and a p tag, and then we are going to import it into our app.js as we usually do. Inline styling is a simple method in which we style an element in the same line, and that value must be a JavaScript object. So let us create our first object named color, and we will assign it to red. Make sure to convert it into a JavaScript object, you need to include it inside curly braces. You can see that is why we are getting an error here. So as soon as we fix that, our error will be gone. So now you can see our error is now gone, and now if we see the output, we get the heading in red color. In JSX, the JavaScript expressions are written inside two sets of curly braces. So remember that while you are styling your CSS. Inline styling is not preferred that much by most of the developers because CSS class stylings are a better alternative for that. Now, let us also add some inline styles to the p tag and set its background color to lavender. And now we can see that we have got the background color to lavender. Another alternative is creating a JavaScript object. We can create an object with the styling information and refer to it in the style attributes. So we create a const named styling, and then we write color orange, and you can add any CSS styles according to your choice. So I will add a few more like font family Arial, and a text alignment center. Now we can refer to our object directly into our h1 tag. Now we will just clear the color red and refer to our object and write styling. And now if we save and see, then we get the exact output as we have inserted into our object. Now let us create another object named parastyle for our p tag, and we will add a color blue, a font family Arial. We will add a background color of lavender, and we will also add text align to center. Notice that we are using camel case notation here. We are not using the normal CSS styling as we do in our CSS style sheets. To add multiple style attributes, we just add a comma in between them, and we can add as many styling attributes as we want. Now if we save, we can get the output. Let us go ahead and create a file named stylesheet.js, and then I will just rename this file and say stylesheet.css. So we will add the CSS inside the stylesheet CSS file and then import it into our stylesheet.javascript. So we use our snippet RFC to create our function and then add an h1 tag saying CSS styling, and inside our p tag we will write this is using CSS style sheet method of styling. Now let us add our component into app.js. Also we will import it at the top, and then we will style it into stylesheet.css. Here we will create class name and then add styling to it. So let us go ahead and add a class name to h1 and call it heading. We use class name here because class is a reserved keyword in JSX. So instead of class, we use class name. Going ahead in styling heading, we will give it a color of say blue violet, and then you can give it a background color of, you can see that in VS Code you will get options of viewing the colors also, so you can select them according to yourself and style them as per your choice. So this is an advantage of using VS Code. You will always get options. You can see I see text alignment and then there are several options. We also need to import stylesheet.css into our stylesheet.js file. So in that also at the top we are going to import it as we have imported in app.js. You can see that in default only we get app.css was imported at the top. Now if we save the file we do not get any output. Let us also go ahead and add some styles for our p tag. So in stylesheet.css we will add the styling elements for para. We will give it a color crimson. Next we will give it a padding of 10 pixels. We will give it a background color of dark gray. We will give it also a font family, anyone I can select, so it is just random. You can use any of your choice. Next I will add the font size and set it to say 25 pixel and a font weight of say 100. And now if I save the file, then you can see I have got the output. Last, we are going to use our CSS Modules method of styling. Let us create a file named mystyles.modules.css. Inside, let us add a class named Big Blue and give it a color of brown, a padding of 40 pixels, a font family, any of your choice, text alignment center, font size say 55 pixels. And now we are going to import this module inside our app.js. So inside that I create an h1 tag saying CSS module styling, and I will give it a class name of styles.bigblues. Remember, I will include them inside curly braces. I will also import styles from mystyles.modules.css, and I can see I get the exact output. So that's it for today. Thank you.